Hey students, welcome to your weekly art video. So in this week's video, we are going to talk about the 2.05 project and the 4.05 project. Both of these projects are optional. What does optional mean? That means you don't have to do it. These are just for enrichment. These go along with some of the things that we have learned from this semester. So, and if you've got those art supplies left over anyway, why not give it a shot? Okay, so let me tell you about them. First, I'm going to tell you about the 2.05. This one, you will use the air dry clay from your art supply kit. So you're going to create a realistic clay portrait sculpture that demonstrates a clear facial expression. You're going to use expressive facial features and a clay model of a person's head and demonstrate understanding of facial proportions. So it is a sculpture project. You will use one package of clay from your supply box. Your sculpture can be of anyone you want to do. It could be yourself, someone you know, or someone you make up. Also, if you have a religious thing where you cannot do sculptures of people, then you can absolutely do a fictional character. Okay. After you are finished with your sculpture, we would love for you to post it on the Padlet. And there's a link to it right here. There's a link in the announcements, and there's the QR code that will take you to the Padlet. Okay. So when you're doing this, inside the content, it says that you've got to do a drawing and a sculpture. Don't worry about the drawing. We just want to see the sculpture. Okay, I have got some tips right here. You'll want to come back to these as you're doing your sculpture. Also, how to do facial proportions. You can also find this inside your inside the module 2.05. You want to use a lot of feeling. You can use any of these feelings listed here: strength, power, fear, pain, peace, sadness, grief, any. You just want to make sure that you pick an emotion and you want it to be dramatic, much like the Baroque and Romantic artists were. So you can do either a sculpture in the round, or you can just do a bust, which is known as head and shoulders, okay? And these are student examples of work that I have received. So what do you need? Paper towels, a towel, your packet of clay, some water, toothpicks, paper clips, maybe a plate or a piece of cardboard to put your sculpture on, and plastic to seal your project in, just in case you didn't finish it in one setting. The air dry clay dries quickly. That's why it's called air dry clay. So just be careful. If you don't finish in one sitting, you need to put it in a Ziploc bag or something like that. So you're going to create a sculpture with your air dry clay. If you did not get air dry clay, you can order some off of Amazon. You can use Play-Doh. You can use salt dough. Here is the recipe for that right here. Or just don't do the project. That's your other option. We've got lots of other options for things for you to do. Okay, don't know how to get started. I've got resources, tons of resources on the next slide. Okay, here is a step-by-step tutorial on YouTube on how to do it, done by one of our teachers. You can do that. And keep in mind, all these links are in your announcements. I've got all these how-to videos. They're all linked in your announcements as well. I've got project details, frequently asked questions, all still in your announcements. Okay, knead the clay with water first so it's not too rubbery or hard to shape. You can also knead your clay with a rolling pin or a glass bottle. Make sure you put something underneath your clay, like paper, newspaper, packing paper, or even aluminum foil. You may need to spray it with water if it's drying fast. You can always smooth the surface with a soft brush or with a bit of water. And if you're not finished in one sitting, make sure that you put it in a Ziploc bag or a wet towel. Whoops, sorry, hold on, I'm going the wrong way. Why won't it go backwards? That's weird. Y'all, it just keeps going forward. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Are we going backwards or forwards? No, we're still going forwards. Okay, I'm going to go through the whole thing again. Here we go. Where'd we leave off? What is wrong with this thing? Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I know this is like whiplash. Okay, when you're finished, please upload it to the Padlet. We want to see your work. And we're so proud of you. We want you to share it with us. Okay. And if you want to see some other sculptures, you can go here. You can find that in your announcement. Now let's talk about the other one. This is 4.05 and it is a painting project. Okay, again, this is optional. It's not graded. Okay, what you're going to do is you're doing a painting. Half is going to be in the realist style, half is going to be in the impressionist style. This is the realist style, this is the impressionist style. Okay, the subject of the painting is up to you. You pick. You will not be sent a canvas. You don't need to buy anything for this. Just use something around your house. Just ask an adult to make sure that you can use what you're using. You can paint on anything, paper, cardboard, inside of a cereal box, Amazon box, paper plate, whatever you want to use. Okay, so we learned about realism. That was unit 3. We learned about impressionism. That was unit 3, okay? Here's the differences, realism and impressionism, okay? It had to do with the brush strokes more than anything, brush strokes and the colors, okay? These are more realistic colors over here. Okay, I've got instructions, how-to videos, and frequently asked questions all right here. You can also find all of this in the weekly announcement. Here it is in Spanish. Okay, here are some student examples. You can see it's got same piece of paper, realism side, impressionism side. Okay, notice the differences. Realism side, impressionism side. Okay, had to do with colors and brush strokes. Here's a couple more. Impressionism, realism, impressionism, realism. Okay, here's some tips and tricks. Keep it simple. Choose a simple subject, such as a still life or your house. You can use photographs, magazines, newspapers, or real objects as subject matter. You may want to use the pyramid configuration to organize the elements of composition within a triangle for a sense of stability. Okay. If you want to learn more, I've got this video with the 10 most famous Impressionist paintings. You can find that in your weekly announcement. Okay, just a quick reminder, all tests and all quizzes are now past due. Make sure that you are getting those things taken care of. The weeks of START are a great time to get your grades up. Okay, if you have any questions, be sure to email me. Have a great week, everybody.